You just played Merced Municipal? You played it with Matt? Yeah, I mean, it was great, wasn't it? Alright, Camino. Let's get that one. Which is not the planet from Star Wars. I mean, I think we see which one we're going for. Let's go for Cooper's El Caminos. Looks great, doesn't it? Let's go with this one. Absolutely. I 100% agree, and I think I would hope that more people are seeing after Ranfurly did so well in CC that those sorts of courses can score really well in contests and do really well. And it is a viable option. I think we need to see more of those. So I'm delighted we got it. Right. Matt has written, what tees would you like to be judged from? Back tees. Good. Any further conditions as much? Max green speeds 163. Figured winds would be in/out to sea, but wouldn't really have one prevailing wind. Okay, default winds is. Any key design features? No. Should be mostly out in the open. Great. Intended difficulty. Easy/medium standard CC. The man knows. Are there any real life courses that inspired this? Torrey Pines, if Torrey wasn't a dumpster fire. Amazing. Which 3 required elements would you like to be judged? Drivable par 4, which I believe is 10. Par 3 over 230 yards, which I think might be the 4th. Oh, is that the one that was really long and then he shortened it? And at least 5 par 3 holes. Yep. Okay, we can do all of that. So I don't need to change any conditions. Great. And we're going to go with pin 3 this time. I'm just going to oscillate between those two. Exactly. Map difficulty is beer league. Or beginner tour. I think the course name originally was Manic Fritchie Dream Course, which was a pithy suggestion. I mean, first off, you can tell it's a Matt course. He has this bunker style that's very distinctive, the wide surfaces. He was always really worried, I think, that people would take this as Burgundy Bluffs Take 2. I really don't. I think there's differences to it. Oh, I want to lose the crowds. I'm gonna exit and come back in. So yes, and that's cool. I just I don't understand why the crowds are always randomly on this, and they annoy me. So we're gonna go without them. All right, let's try this again. How many courses am I doing tonight? Until I run out of. Probably only the 2. It's been a long day at work and I need an early night's sleep. But I'm going to try to get through them all pretty quickly, otherwise they will just back up on me. So don't worry, Bear, you will get yours relatively soon. Now, Matt was worried about this being cited as Burgundy Bluffs 2. I don't think it is. It's a very different vibe, and yet, other than being clifftop, I don't really see it. And clifftop by itself isn't really a style of course. I don't think. Like, we see so many of them. It's a very cool plot, as ever. He's got this very distinctive style in terms of how he does his fairways with the flattening. So you'll see these sort of little ridges here. I think that's a very Matt stylistic thing, which I think can work for him. I would like to see him soften that out a little bit more and make the undulations a little bit more random, but you can see it looks very, very pretty. You've also got the... Yeah, don't worry. I mean, if I'm doing these streams, it will be at this sort of time every night. It won't necessarily be every night, though. But yeah. Big bunkers, big surfaces is what I think of when I see a Matt course. Really artistic style, but also, like, there's strategy there. The greens will be good and interesting, and they'll have some big slopes. But there's enough space that you'll have fun as you go around. Now, I just want to have a look at Clubhouse and see if he's done any extras and things. Oh, he's done a maintenance shed. The man has been watching some videos. And there's a goat. That joke's never going to get old, is it? And there's a sort of clubhouse, and... Oh, the clubhouse is down here. Alright, I do remember this. Little fences. Yeah, I like this. This fits. This is good. Right above 18. Yep. I'm in on that. Okay. Oh, that went weird. Right. Do we have out of bounds? We do not have out of bounds. Petty will be a happy man. So if we play down here, we will find our ball and we will be able to play it again, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's not that low. That's fine. Opening hole. I like this. So the further left we are, we maybe get a little bit better angle. I think I might have liked to see this where one side of the bunker was dropped down, so that if we're coming at it from this side, maybe we're coming over the slope, and if this side we're not. But yeah, I like that it's just a good looking first hole to get you away from the clubhouse. I think that works well. Oh, it's only a slight slow. And he's given us a ton of fairway. Drive safe. Thank you, Betty. And you can see how Matt does his undulations with that flattened brush and smooths it. So you get these really good smooth slopes. Work nicely. We're on a slight down slope, so I think that'll work well. I mean, it's a great look. Really good first hole. And I like that he's just given us a birdie hole to start, which I'm not going to birdie, but it's not got much potential. Like, unless you're really hooking a tee shot, you should be making par. And hopefully having a decent look at birdie. Huh. I didn't move at all. I love that you can see other holes in the background. I feel like he's used the coastline well. Again, kind of like with Jeremy's, we've got a lot of views over different holes. This one's a stunner. I remember seeing him build this in Discord and just throwing up pictures, and this was one that caught me earlier. I like that he's not gone with a curvy bridge. That's important. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I would like it, I think I'd like it a little more if, I don't know actually. I think this slope has just enough character. Ben's not anti-curvy bridge, Ben likes curvy bridge, but he appreciates people who, I think it fits. Curvy bridge would look silly here. Angled straight bridge works well. I might like this side to be a touch flatter, and then you'll run off here, so that maybe you're encouraging people to feed it on from this side. But I love the way the bunker's cut in. This works really well. Curvy bridge is always silly. Nah, you can have some good ones. That's not going to be good enough. Just you watch, that Kiowa Island collab is going to have curvy bridges everywhere. Whee! Haven't talked about the planting yet. I think it's good. I really like it. I like the blown up, like, different types of oak trees and pines. This is the sort of, unlike Jeremy's where I felt that was the sort of course that I wasn't expecting from this contest, this is the sort of course that I would have expected from this contest. Bear, we're kind of keeping judges under wraps, to be honest. It's a good panel, I can promise you that. There's some really good experience. The only two that you know about are me and JC. Everyone else, I will offer them the chance to reveal themselves at the end, but I feel like in the past, judges naming themselves early doesn't tend to lead to good things. It just means that you can't participate in streams or comment on things. And I kind of want them to enjoy playthroughs. So yeah, but don't worry, they are good. This is a fun little bunker. Green shapes are funky. Which I'm digging. I think it works on this course. Yeah. Oh my goodness, if Ned was judging an actual contest, can you imagine how long it would take? Amazing. Oh, big red slope. Well, we haven't hit a very good shot there. But if we get it right, we've got a slope to feed us towards the pin, which was I think one of our critiques of Burgundy Bluffs was there weren't enough helping slopes. I feel like this has immediately remedied that. The Honourable Mr. Shields, yeah. Which one was Judge 2? It was Judge 2, the cars in the car park guy. I can't remember which was which. Oh, be good. Needs to sit down a bit. But yeah, look, we've got a helping slope and yeah, it stayed on. I feel like for me not having played two particularly good shots, this hole's rewarded that well. Hmm. I really like what you've done with the trees and just showing lots of the stems and trunks. I think works really nicely. It breaks that up. We've got some sunken down, some raised up. I really like the tree line. That's not going to get there, is it? Yeah. Yeah, I saw the other morning that Petty has just withdrawn from judging World Cup. Thanks for that. Yeah, I guess it's you know who you can trust. It was a nice one to wake up to. I said I wasn't gonna, but I'm gonna. Yeah, fair. Um, I love this little bit of grass work here, just coming in a little bit there, mixed up with the kind of warm colours you get from this one. Works really well. Little ravine down here is great. I just love this hole. I think you've done really well with this. Bunkers are great. It works seriously well as a short par 3. And as Matt's elements are going to be, oh yeah, I should double check on those, remind myself. Drivable 4, par 3 over 230 and at least 5 par 3s. Okay, so we're looking at all the par 3s. We've had 2 in 2 holes and it doesn't feel like in too quick succession, which is nice. Really different as well, so we've gone long, slightly uphill to short, very downhill. I think works well. Hi Matt, how are you? We are. You haven't missed too much, and you'll be able to catch the video on demand. I haven't said too many nasty things yet either. Oh, yeah, I will try my best to work on them. Poor Geyser was involved slightly in last year's World Cup, so I think he's had his fill. Now, I mean, I've seen this course come together, so I've got a bit of an idea of how it plays. This one's a bit of a bastard. Your timing is excellent. This is a me being perfectionist thing. I would like to see that bit of fairway flattened out a little bit, but that's purely, like, it's utterly inconsequential. Anyone who's going to the left of this bunker deserves to roll off a fairway, and it makes no difference. That's a me thing, and I'm not judging you based on it. I like this one. I mean, aside from the fact that the bunker layering is just superb, I love that you've given me a short angle in, which will be rewarded by a little teeny backstop. Oh right, sorry. No, Geyser was the one who made the good comments. If you go and find those, yeah, you'll know which ones he judged. Oh, we're going left. Please stay. Ah, fair enough, it works. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, it took us a long time to work out he was actually judging it, because he was just really quiet and like did his job. Oh, come on, come down the slope. That's irritating. Nope. That's a really good hole. I like that one a lot. I'm intrigued to see where the next one ended up, because this one I know caused Matt all sorts of issues at the beginning, and I think it's come out so well. It's a great look, really downhill. Huge vista over to there. This area feels a little bit empty. I don't know, I think that's probably just planting, not rendering, I would guess. So I'm sure, yeah, it looks like it is planted, it's just from up here it doesn't. Righty, see if we can... Oh, not like that we can't. Well, Okay. God, love this bunker jutting in. Feel like it's going to have more impact on the green than it does, which is a good little bit of visual deception. Let's see. I'm in completely the wrong angle. Should have played the other way. That's not great. Good judging, Jizer. See, now you're proving you were a World Cup judge. Oh, go on, get a bounce. Yeah, I mean, I put myself in jail completely with the tee shot. I like this one funneling from front to back as well, and I think that's a rarity. It normally feels a bit harsh, but I think you've done it really well. I love the little half sort of tier spine here, and again there, like the little stepping down, but it's not done with like full tiers, in that it's not just all of this is red and it's like for 2 boxes and then it's flat again. And this works really well. Hey, you should see Jeff's favourite guy on the boat stand at Berry Bay. He always goes and zooms in on the one guy who can't see anything other than the inside of the boat. I mean, this has been a really good, like very varied set of holes. Teeny tiny green, which I like. It's a short par 4, really uphill. You've used elevation change really nicely, actually. That little spine in the middle of the green is just perfect. Because if we're either side of that, it's all on the approach shot on this hole, which I love. 357, yeah, I can hit this and I'll still have full wedge in. He says missing the fairway. Ben, god damn it. 9-9? 9-9. Oh, more than 9-9, or just a better shot. So, I mean, if you actually want to see the courses played well, I'd wait for, like, Andre's videos or anyone else's, but yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. Still at par, and yeah, this is the one that's designed for CC. Good stuff, Ben. It's a shame. Good little views down there. And we hit another par 3. I think the par 3s are nicely spaced. Those work well. Are we owed a par 5? Is that going to be 9? Ah, yes, the matte little bow tie green shape. This always feels a touch quirky for me. I think this one works better than the one we had on Georgia Match Club, which I really never knew where to start with. I like that the tier in the middle is subtle. And just framing from the tee, this looks really good. It's just when you look at it from the overhead, it looks really weird. And I don't care, because from here it looks great. And I can see how if you hit to a pin down there, it would look really cool. And if you hit to a pin that back there, like this is the view that matters. I haven't commented on it yet, but it's perfectly framed. Love this little tree right about here that's blocking out a load of space. Same with these ones. These are the ones that matter. And you haven't crutched heavy on the solitary tree on the coastline. There's a few of them, but it's not silly, which I think a lot of people do. 164. Yeah, I think I've got the shot I wanted. Frame, yeah. Oh, I should have played Mayday Bingo for my Mayo video. Oh, I might. Yeah, it wasn't a great putt. Yeah, we need to talk more about routes and like What is it? Would the term be arborism? You'll notice, Jeremy, these tees are dead flat, so that's important. I am kidding. Good green again. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like these are the best set of matte greens that I've played. I really like how you've done them. They're the right size, they're interesting shapes, they've got fun little tiers and spines and things. I think they're really good. Is this going to be a three-shotter anyway? 591774 up. It's going to be a three-shotter anyway, so where do we want to be? So we're going to want to be laying up there in order to use that backstop and come in this way anyway. So 3-wood doesn't really matter. So let's hit a 3-wood. Yeah, I would agree with that. I like this sort of undulation as well. That's really good. And we got a full wedge in. I like that you could have played all the way up to here, which would work really nicely for some pins. I just think this is really cleverly done. Have I got another 9-iron in? Great. Okay. I'm sorry, Terry. That shouldn't be funny, and yet it really is. Oh, I was expecting I'd get a fast. I mean, great three-shot par 5 green. I know Matt had always... We've talked about this before. Matt's take on a three-shot par 5 should be that it's like a short par 3 green. And I think that's really in evidence here. It works well. Oh man. That's a killer, Terry. Just, he colours better. Pure. Alrighty, so through the first 9 holes, and what have we had? We have had 3 of our par 3s, and I would say they're playing really differently. I like, of the 5 par 3s, they're great. We've also had a really long par 5, which I thought played very well. 3-2 is not long. It's a really well balanced front 9. I'd say more than anything, it's definitely balanced. Now this is our drivable par 4, which I like, because if you tried to drive it for this pin, I mean, you could squeak it through, couldn't you? I feel like bunker isn't necessarily going to be a bad option, but obviously over there really is. Yeah, I think we've got to do it, haven't we? The 90%er is not what I was looking for, but the line was good, so that matters and really helps. Sculpting here, if we're getting nitpicky, this bit of sand looks like it could have lowered a little bit, or a flatten or something, but you can't pick up all of them. Now I'll come towards the pin, and we're all good. 10% from being a man. Ah, oh, shit, sorry to hear that, Bear. And we have a birdie, and we're back at even par on the CC course. Get in. Not sold on this tree, if I'm honest. I kind of feel like, yeah, I think this area could have used a little bit of planting. I don't know if that's meter. I feel like it isn't. But given that we've got the planting around here, I think it could have used going down there, and that would have benefited our view on, I want to say 6? Yeah, the 6th. Really fun tee shot. Oh, and look at that green. That little spine coming in's a beauty. We'll have a chat about puddles when we get there. Oh shit, come on. Be good, be good. Yeah. Oh, I haven't commented on the lack of light rough. I think it's a really good decision. I'm glad you didn't go light rough on this. It wouldn't have made much sense, particularly if we're thinking you'd have gone fringe, fairway, light rough, heavy rough. That would have looked like an absolute mess. It definitely wasn't a meter issue. Oh, okay. Look at this pin. This is a beautiful pin. And I love that subtle, tiny little tear. This is the sort of thing we don't see enough of on greens, and the new full green grid with the little distinctions between colours. This would have been the sort of thing that's kind of blipping on yellow/green in the old one, or like a fast green slope. Seeing that little distinction is just great, and I think it really helps this course. Has Dan scheduled this yet, by the way? Oh, I did not want that to hit the green. I mean, I could chip it, but that would be missing the point, wouldn't it? That wasn't a bad putt. No, that one was. How's that started there? Yeah, we had a little bit of puddling on that. It's too hard for CC. Well, no, I mean, maxing out the settings wouldn't do it. Oh, I forgot to zoom in on it. One sec, I'll go back. Where were we? Yeah, I'm certain I saw on the flyover. You'll probably catch it if you play it back. There's a little puddling bit there where it all funnels in there and there and there and there. You probably caught that, but liked how it played. I like this green. This green's fun. I feel like I remember having a little bit of an impact on this and adding the little lobe. I just like this hole. I love the camber, taking driver a little bit more risky. For this pin, we're probably going to want to funnel down as much to. Yeah, I feel like I want to approach it from this angle, but I can see how it's kind of a choice. So I could choose to attack it this way and see that, or I could want to go this way, but I feel like you're running at the runoff here is really well done in terms of if you're holding the top of the hill and not funneling down, you're heading straight at that runoff. For a cool hole that is using this landform really well, I'm a big fan of this one. Hopefully that funnels down to the bottom. Love it. I think strategically this is my favourite hole we've got so far, at least on this pin set. Oh, nobody's mad at you. Not a great shot. Default green speed must be above 163. Possibly. I mean, this is clearly a CC course. But hey, Matt, if Dan says it's too difficult for CC, then you're moving on up in the world. It's great. Right. 63 up 17, somewhere over here. And it will be a clusterfuck way after you. Planting's great behind here. I feel you do your planting really well by using a relative, like, just what I think I appreciate the most about mat courses that I didn't really realise until we did a collab was the size of surfaces works really well because everything's big. Speaking of everything being gigantic, we've got a green that can play from 154 through to 202, and it's got all sorts of crazy slopes in between. I like this one. I might have liked a tiny channel of it being flat here so I could land and run. I think that would have helped this maybe a tiny bit more, but damn, this is a good looking hole. Yeah. I mean, I've played way worse and way more horrible and way more difficult courses due to poor design on CC than this, so I wouldn't worry about it. Still at even par, most boring scorecard you'll have seen for a while. Ooh. Okay. Trying to work out if I'd have lost it. Like, bunkers on a cliff edge immediately make me wonder whether I could have lost any of them. Like, did we need them? I feel like with this one you do. This one frames the fairway and shapes it this way, which I think is pushing me into the angle you want me to hit from, which is good. This one does the same but also stops me from driving over it, which is good. And this one works for the green, so no, I'm good with all of these. And that one there is really nicely done. I'm sticking with my earlier comment. These are the best greens you've done. I'm really glad you didn't go in and change them later on when you were panicking. Because they don't need anything more. I think they're good. Right. Ooh. I hate the way it does this and that. You get that little stupid game. A little sliver of green grid down there. Alright, 9 that way. Oh my goodness, we've got a perfect. And of course it's not enough. Panicking is a part of the process. We all do it. We all hate our course. Matt knows. We all hate our courses multiple times. Nasty little pin. I'm looking forward to playing this course again on another pin set and seeing how differently it plays. I think particularly with those par 3 greens, they work really well. Okay, we've got another longer par 3. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to check yardages on par 3s. I feel like maybe are we missing something in the 170? No, because this one didn't really play 166 at all because it was so downhill. That one for this pin set played 200-ish. 249, 24. I think on the scorecard they look really balanced. I'll play another round and see how they feel because I kind of feel like these two this round have played really short. That was gap wedge, that was, I want to say, pitching wedge? Or did I hit 9-iron? I can't remember. Couple of long uns. I think because 3 plays so differently, maybe it's going to play similarly to 2 and to 7 and to 15 even on different rounds. I don't know. I think I might have looked at, I'm sure you probably did, I would have looked at pin placements really carefully on 13 and how it balanced with the others. Well, I don't have the club for this. But I love the look of this hole. I'm really glad you picked your par 3s for this element because I think you've executed them all really well. I love that you've given us so much fairway down here because it looks like it, and the visual trick of it almost looking like there's this and then nothing but, and then you actually zoom over and just like actually the fairway's quite a long way away is really cool. 202 ain't making it. Maybe it is. Nah, not like that, it's not. Needed a fast. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of really cool things about that hole. It hasn't made a single bit of difference to how I've played it because we've played for a usual miss green and splash. Yeah, exactly, Pithy. Except he made pars every time. I'm not sure I would do that if I did this again. This is the matte template. The old 90-degree prize dog leg with bunkers on the inside. Bunker framing's great, obviously. Oh, it's going to be a long hole today, isn't it? Up 16. I can't carry that. We're going to have to play out here at best. Yep, couldn't have cut that any more tightly. He really is. Hey, I mean, and he's not even on CC. Oh, look at the little punch bowly sort of area at the back. That's cool. Yeah, probably. Where do I want to miss? Probably long. Nope, nope, we're just going to miss right anyway, and short. Classic. Duh. Again, really like that. Like we've got a sharper slope here and a more gradual one here. I think that's done really nicely by just flattening out this section around the pin a little bit more. But it does give you a. If I missed long and left, I've got a nasty little putt down to there. Works really well. Little green slopes have been really good on this one. Yeah, hit that way too hard. Let's be honest, we make it round an even par anywhere tonight, then it's going very well. 17's a long one, isn't it? Again, green slopes make sense. This pin feels tough, certainly. Yeah, it's going to feel a lot longer now. I wonder in this wind how. I mean, I've missed the fairway completely, but I wonder whether this rise is going to cause you to get some blindness. And I guess you could have cambered it more this way, but I see why you wouldn't have wanted to in terms of how it plays. And that'll be one I have to check a bit with a couple more plays. Love the green site. Love. Yeah, big fan of this one. Okay. I mean, it's amazing. I have seen in CC I was nitpicking the hell out of courses. I don't really feel I've had that much to nitpick so far. Just execution level in this contest has been so high. And there's another bogey. We're going to need an eagle on 18. Shit. And here we are, turning back round into the sun. It's going to be all on the second shot. Those bunkers there look awesome. Please don't miss the fairway, Ben. Oh, it's a good pin position as well, because we've got this little bit of land we could work in off. Nope. Maybe it is too difficult for CC. Maybe. It's 100% not. Come on, can we chip in at least to finish up? No, not even close. Well, that's a depressing round of golf on a really nice, pretty course. Oh, thanks, buddy. Well, it's trickier for for the intermediate guys who are trying to make the leap. I think I can add a lot of value for these guys who are established and really good. You might get one or two things, but honestly, it's mostly just choices you've made and my thoughts on those. You see, this is Corn Ferry or Elite. I wouldn't say I see. It would definitely suit nicely on Kinetic, but it is not a pushover. But it's also not it's not dick punchy in the way that Burgundy could be. Like, I think there were times where I remember playing it with Jeremy on that course, and there were times where we felt good shots just always rolled off. Whereas I think you produced a lot more helping slopes on there. I'm just going to go through again, just going back to here. Main elements, drivable par 4 I thought was done really well. Par 3 over 230 yards. Oh, that was 15, which I thought was really nicely done. I'd need to play a few more pins on that because I'd want, my main thing for that would be ground game and can you run the ball to the hole, and there's a bit of a dip before that green which I think maybe neutralise that touch. At least 5 par 3 holes. With that one, that 5 par 3s, I'm particularly looking for variety with all of them. So with these, I think there are a couple of holes that really helped with this. So 8 you had that could play all sorts of different yardages, 13 played all sorts of different yardages, and that's hard to do looking as good as they did and as natural as they did. So yeah, huge props for that, because other people, myself included, might try to make those holes and just not succeed because they're just tough to do. I think elevation change on the front 9 in particular was used really well. I'm thinking particularly 6 and 7 were great. I thought the variety on the front 9 was outstanding. On the back, I thought you had some of your best holes. I thought 11 and 12 were stunning. 12 is, I think, my favourite on the course, but there were a couple. 16 and 17 maybe a little bit weaker compared to the rest. Not bad holes, I just felt it's probably because we're coming from a really strong stretch. I really liked 10, 11, 12. 13 I thought was very strong. 14, I think after that 16 and 17 didn't quite live up to the others, perhaps. But that might change with different playthroughs, and it might be because of wind, because both of them were into. So take that with a pinch of salt. Things I really liked were the greens. I thought the greens are, like I say, your best yet. I thought they gave really good opportunities to help, but also rewarded, whether by design or not. I think they really did reward different sides of the fairway with different things, and I think that worked better than I think I've seen on any of your courses. I also think the subtler slopes were really good, because normally I think with matte greens I see the big slopes and then everything off that is just kind of, can you make a putt? Whereas here I saw a lot more of those like little slopes that add a bit of interest. What else do we have? I thought your 3-shot par 5 was really nicely done. I thought the 2 par 5s on the back were really well done. Particularly 11 was like your showstopper style hole. 18's a birdie eagle opportunity to finish off. Yeah, just generally really liked it. What would I nitpick? I've got one nitpick, and it's a proper nitpick. I think your courses would be better. You have a habit of, in the front of greens, you'll do a little dip. I'm thinking of 2, where if on one side it had been flat to allow you to roll the ball on, and then the other side you have the dip, I think that would be an infinitely better hole. I kind of feel the same on 15. I'm trying to think of another hole where it was similar. I would just like to see you remove the entire swale in front of the green occasionally. Beyond that, I have not really got much. I thought everything was really well done. I thought it's is it the most original look in the contest? Probably not, but it's new because of all the new planting options we've got. Is it exceptionally well done for what it is? And it's a really good mat course. Absolutely. And I think this is going to be one I really enjoy the more I replay. So that's our 2 for tonight. And look, Matt and I will chat later, and I'm looking forward to him talking me through some of his thought processes on that, because by no means is what I say gospel. I really enjoyed those 2 playthroughs tonight. I wanted to deliberately leave Matt and Mayday's to second day because I knew I'd have lots of good things to say, and the nitpicks I've got are probably choices rather than it's certainly not going to be technical stuff. Look, 2 really solid contest courses from the guys who were picked 1 and 2, and we'd expect nothing less. And interestingly, just completely different whilst having a relatively similar starting point of this course but not crap, which was cool. So I'm probably not going to do any playthroughs tomorrow or Friday night, but I'm hoping I'll be able to do some on Saturday night. I'm sure we'll have a couple more coming through. I've seen some come out today that look great. Just keep following the contest, keep bumping the course threads, write your comments, play them, see what you think. And yeah, thank you very much for joining and following on the stream, and just keep supporting the contest. It's been amazing so far, and we haven't even got to the matchup parts. So yeah, have a good evening everybody, and catch you later.